What are you watching?
Welcome to Argus Hamilton's Comedy Store tonight. We have a terrific crowd and a really great show with some guests you're going to love. And we always start with the monologue. Right off the bat, the Wall Street Journal today said tremendous news in the fast food business. They're having the best summer in history in fast food. I think it's because of the diversity of menus, just like our population. For instance, right now, Taco Bell is selling French fries. Burger King is selling a combination burrito Whopper. They're calling the Whopperito. All right. And KFC has put Cheetos in their chicken sandwiches. I knew we never should have legalized pot. And you know, what's it? Along that line, I don't know if you've heard the local news here in West Hollywood, but the West Hollywood City Council yesterday okayed the city's very first open-air cannabis restaurant on Santa Monica Boulevard. I think they should call it Endless Appetizers. It's all you can eat for $1,000. But it's only down on Santa Monica Boulevard. You can't do that up on Sunset because the Sunset Strip is zoned strictly for cocaine. Meanwhile, I don't know if you've seen TMZ today. The charges against Kevin Spacey are dropping like his pants. On Friday, all criminal charges were dropped against Kevin Spacey. And his lawyer has just been hired by the Vatican on permanent retainer. Meanwhile, during last week's ICE protests here in Los Angeles, I saw posted a photo of the Mexican flag flying over the Los Angeles City Hall. You know, I just assumed it was one of those Facebook apps that shows you what you look like in 10 years. Absolutely. Yeah. In fact, you millennials love Face App because it shows you what you're going to look like when you're Republicans. Now, I don't know if you heard the news about El Chapo, the Mexican drug lord, was sentenced on Friday. Life imprisonment, which you expected. But what interested me was he has to forfeit all $12.6 billion he has in cash to the U.S. Treasury. You know, is it me or did Mexico just pay for the wall? Meanwhile, the White House accelerated its deportations of illegals today with the new program. It's about time. My ancestors didn't sail all the way here from England to see this country overrun by immigrants. Did you hear the news from Berkeley? Yeah. The Berkeley City Council on Friday voted to ban the use of all gender-specific words in city communications. For instance, manhole covers will now be maintenance hole covers, okay? Manpower is now workforce, and changing a transistor is now a hate crime. Well, what's on a lighter note? Oh, the Tour de France. Anybody catch you watching the Tour de France? Well, it's underway right now. You know, for 2 weeks, bicyclists go all the way through France, tying Germany's record. Set in 1870, 1914, and 1940. President Trump congratulated Boris Johnson on being elected prime minister today, and so did their hairdresser. Boris Johnson, get this, is going to be the first Western leader to be nicknamed BJ since Bill Clinton. Now, for you scientifically minded viewers, Caltech astronomers, okay, they just revealed on Friday that these supermassive black holes did not all start out as stars. Some of them started out as comedy store door guys right here. work the way up. By the way, some relief for all you people sick and tired of the news. In just 5 weeks, Americans get to stop hating each other over our race and start hating each other over what football teams we support. Unless you're a Redskins fan, then it's still about race. A house in Beverly Hills on Friday sold for $75 million in cash. It was sold to that guy who stands on Sunset in La Brea holding up a cardboard sign that says, "Give me $1 or I'll vote for Trump." And speaking of this side of town, Kim Kardashian was profiled in Forbes magazine yesterday. It said Kim Kardashian last year made $72 million. And it's a lesson. It's a lesson for all of us that if you work hard and you're dedicated, you're probably not doing it right. Yeah, got to talk about Jeffrey Epstein. Just one joke, okay? Jeffrey Epstein on Thursday was denied bail, okay? He was denied bail, and so was his request for a transfer to a women's juvenile detention center. Yeah. By the way, President Trump got into a lot of hot water last week when he told the 4 freshman congresswomen, Democrat ladies, to go back to where they came from. But he was immediately endorsed by the Cherokee Nation. They said it's a start. My favorite news item of the week is that police in Minnesota, reported today that a big rig truck driver on I-35 was killed in a truck wreck while he was viewing porn as he drove, And ironically, he was rear-ended. The New York Times says that the moon landing in 1969 was racist. They said all the moon landings were racist. I don't know. It's arguable. By the time Michael Jackson was moonwalking in the 80s, even he was white. And finally, just finally, this is the last joke, I promise. Follow me on this. Goodwill Industries CEO, was forced to resign on Friday, because he lost his temper and threatened not to pay disabled workers. My name is Bernie Sanders, and I approve this message. We have a great show today. Don't you love Bernie Sanders? Isn't he fun? I have one question about Hillary Clinton's email scandal. What is email? We got a great show tonight with Taylor Williamson and Justin Martindale. You're here. We got a great show tonight. Thank you so much. Love you all. Great crowd.